Friday. It's Friday, and we just want to bring you some more information in regards to, again, as we are on the lockdown. All right, so this evening we have a wellness coach that's going to be coming on in just a moment. And also we have Melissa, who is what is she? Exercise expert? I don't know. We'll figure it out in just a second. All right, so we have a two-parter today. All right, we're going to deal with wellness, proper nutrition and eating habits, of course. That's probably out the window now. And then we have Melissa, who's going to come and give us some at-home tips in regards to exercise, because, of course, as you know, gyms are closed, we're shut down, and I'm, for one, not too happy about that. But, however, we'll do the very best we can. Before we go, as you know, we always do, we always pray. All right? Give God thanks for this day, thanking him for taking us through. All right? Father, we thank you for your goodness and your mercy. We thank you for this day that you've given unto us. Thank you for taking us through this day, through this week to this day. We ask that your blessings will be upon us. We pray, oh God, for those who are still in grief and mourning, going through this time of uncertainty. We pray especially again for those that are on the front line, those that are sacrificing the most, God, that we will have what we have today. We ask that your blessings will be upon us, even now we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right, so I am here with wellness coach. His name is, we'll have his information on the screen in just a moment, but Emanuel Morales. I pronounce your name right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
I think you're on. Yep, you're on.
Right,
good.
perfect.
Absolutely.
Right, thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have the whole hour to spend with you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We usually spend an hour, but we have to split up tonight because we have someone's coming right after you. All right, so let's get into it. My first question to you is, what is a wellness coach?
A wellness coach, well, most people think of coaching as like a regular football coach or a basketball coach. And for me, coach, you can have a coach for your life. You can have a coach on how to eat the right way. You can have a coach on your personal issues, a coach for your finances. And for me, the way a wellness coach works is I don't only focus on your mental, but I also focus on the nutritional habits that you take on daily, and staying positive and staying in touch on your body, spirit, and also mental.
Okay, great. Excellent. Let me follow up by asking, what prompted you or what caused you to get into the wellness coaching, if you will?
On the wellness coaching, well, may I start with my story first?
Sure,
My
absolutely.
quick story. 5 years ago, I found myself overweight. I found myself sluggish, no energy, overworked, like probably most of us in this.
And underpaid?
And underpaid, right? Definitely underpaid. So what ended up happening was I found myself a trainer, and he ended up showing me how to eat right. I went on to end up losing 50 pounds, eating right, with this nutrition company. And I got so excited. I wanted to share my results with everyone around me. And what made me feel good was that everyone around me was getting those same results as me. So why not make it into something that I can make profitable to me? So I love coaching people. I love teaching people how to eat better, how to go out there and fend for themselves. And I just stuck with it, and it's something that I'm naturally good at.
Okay, great. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for over 5 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So this was out of a desire for you just to eat better, feel better, and basically you took it from there.
Yeah, definitely. I decided that I wanted to change something in my life. Something had to change. I couldn't be overweight all the rest of my life. I was 25 years old, and it's one day I was just tired of eating one meal. Like it was just not what I felt myself at my best. So right. I just found my purpose in helping people. And my story, my why was I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get better for me. Mm-hmm. And that why was powerful enough and drove me to lose 50 pounds.
And you lost the 50 pounds over how many months?
It took about a little bit over 3 months.
Really?
Yes.
3 months?
Yes, 3 months.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, great.
But it was commitment. It was
right,
honestly
absolutely.
Commitment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course, we have you on as a wellness coach, and this is really not about losing weight, which it is part of it. Which again, you're going to speak to the importance of nutrition and eating right.
Yes, definitely. You've brought me on to speak about the the immune
Right.
system, and also what good nutrition can do for your body. And
Right.
it all starts. Your immune system gets strengthened with your nutrition that you actually give in and feed your body every single day. And I've
Okay.
come to learn that as far as where I'm
Great.
at.
So I'm not an expert, but to what I've learned or understood through this whole pandemic in regards to this virus, what you can do best for yourself is to boost your immune system. Make sure it's at its highest peak. Would you agree with that, number one? And number two, what is the best method to achieve that?
So yes, definitely I agree. Even before the pandemic, you were encouraged to always take care of your health. But even especially now, you hear all these essentials. You hear about people taking care of the immune system, washing your hands, and making sure you wear a mask and you protect your face. So with all that being said, yes, taking care of your immune system is definitely number one. And how you feed your body, it's the most important thing that you can do. And I'm sorry, what was the second?
How do you achieve
How do you achieve
the maximum, a boost in your immune system to the maximum?
So to boost your immune system, you hear, and I don't know if I know you hear a lot that you've got to take a lot of vitamins, you've got to eat
Correct.
right. But boosting your immune system with vitamin C, making sure you're taking in sun, right, making sure you're drinking enough orange juice, you're staying hydrated, getting enough rest. That's important as well. Taking supplements. A lot of people, when this pandemic hit, the first thing they did was went to go and grab sanitizers and washing their hands or soap, right? But you see the supplement aisles everywhere, full packed with vitamin C and all this other stuff. And the important thing that you need to do is basically make sure you're taking a supplement that you can either do something that I take personally. It's called the Best Defense. A product that I use through my nutrition company, and also Immunity Essentials. But the important thing that you also want to take is zinc. It's a vitamin specifically designed to help you protect and increase your immune system.
So are you saying, because when this first started, I mean, vitamin C was like the thing. Vitamin C, orange juice, vitamin C. Are you saying that you're not saying no to vitamin C, but you're saying vitamin C plus?
Yes.
You just mentioned zinc.
You're gonna need all your vitamins, basically. Your vitamin C, A, B, and especially zinc. Yeah, zinc
for
is
the
very
respiratory, upper respiratory. Is that a good product also? Because I was also told that vitamin D, and of course because we're in the north and we don't get a lot of sun, so we're always lacking in vitamin D. Is that
Yes,
correct?
definitely. Vitamin D is also one of those important. Like it's just making sure you're taking care of yourself fully nutritional wise, right? Making sure your meals are on point, not just having this garbage that's out there, which fast food is what we tend to go to. Having a protein shake, a meal replacement shake, which has a pack full of vitamins and all those minerals that your body actually naturally breaks down, and is actually good for you. Something light, right? Vitamin D, yes, we're up in the north and we don't take as much sun, especially coming out of a winter and rainy season. But, today the sun was speaking out a little bit. I know this weekend is going to be amazing, set in the 70s.
It's not going to make it for the last 4 months, 4 or 5 months that we lost, right?
It's not, but at least it's starting to go for a walk, because you also need your daily exercises as well to keep going, even if you go out for a walk around your neighborhood. I know we're kind of told to stay in or stay socially distancing yourself, but definitely go out there and get some sun.
Let's talk about meals for a minute. And I know, well, I don't know, but assuming that you're not an expert on exercise, but I know you do get involved. Let's talk about meals for a second.
Okay.
So 3 meals per day is what's recommended. What are your suggestions as to your first meal? Because when we break or fast, break fast comes from the idea that you've been fasting. If you go to bed, let's say 10 o'clock at night, and you wake up at 6 in the morning, you've been fasting for 8 hours or 10 hours, however long you sleep for.
Gotcha.
So break fast, the idea is that you break your fast at that particular time. What are your suggestions? Because generally, I don't do it, but generally, you get up in the morning, traditionally it's bacon and eggs,
All
toast,
that bacon,
all
pancakes.
that pancake. Because what? You're hungry.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
hungry, and because you've slept for 10, 12 hours, and of course you weren't eating. But I'm thinking that at the same time, your body is lacking in nutrients.
Yes. Yes.
Now, no, I'm not knocking bacon and egg, even though I'm not a bacon and egg kind of guy.
Gotcha.
But bacon and egg are not going to put back in your body what you've lost.
It's not.
So what are your thoughts? What are your suggestions as to your first meal?
One of the biggest things as well, you mentioned when you break the fast early in the morning. One of the things that I, especially me, and this is me personally, it's my own way of doing things. The first thing, if you can tell the way your mouth is, it's normally sometimes I wake up with a dry mouth,
Right.
and that's because we're hydrators as well. Our bodies are made over 75% water, right? So we need to hydrate our bodies. I mean, like as much as possible, even now during these times, right? Especially when we're being overly stressed, and probably the lack of sleep that we're getting because of all the issues that are coming up. So making sure you're drinking 2 bottles of water early in the morning, that should also as well calm down your hunger, so you're not eating those big plates like you normally would. That's the perfect way to do it, right? Drinking 2 cups of water early in the morning, and then you see where you're at, right? For me, I like to start with like I said, a meal replacement shake that's completely full pack of vitamins and minerals. That's how I start under 180 calories, 18 to 24 grams of protein. You want something that's going to be packed full of protein and perfect clean carbs and healthy fats, right?
Okay.
That's what you want to start off as far as breaking your fast early in the morning. So what that would consist of, if we're talking about a regular meal versus, I know because not a lot of people will drink a shake or a meal replacement shake, right? But I would say 2 boiled eggs, some oats, some what do you call it?
Oatmeal?
Oatmeal. That would be perfect. You can start off even
Would
with a
you
yogurt.
still be getting the nutrition out of the oatmeal and the boiled eggs?
Yes, because you get fiber out of it.
Okay.
You get your healthy carbs out of it. You get your and another specific thing is it's making sure. Like for me, I would always go. I refer. Not every meal is going to be perfect, right?
Gotcha.
You're going to have something more of other, because we're at the end of the day we're going to be humans, right? It's just trying to make the best choice for you, right? And understanding that cereal as well is not always going to be good because it's high in sugar, right? And then understanding that if you're going to have bacon, it's going to have a lot of grease. It's understanding where exactly, what do you want to do and how do you want to feed your body, right? It's having that complete meal.
Got you. All right. Hold that thought. I want to come back to breakfast in just a moment. Let's go back to the breakfast.
Gotcha.
So you mentioned a meal replacement shake. I like
Gotcha.
that. So it's not that you're fasting or omitting a meal. You're replacing a meal.
Yes.
And with this replacement meal, it consists of a certain amount of nutrients.
It's a complete meal.
It's a complete meal.
It has your vitamins. It has your minerals. It has your fiber. It's a complete meal that you want to look.
So
for.
I can have that kind of meal. And by the way, we need your information. Oops.
It's okay.
By the way, we need your information so we can put it up on the screen. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you, we'll make sure we have your connection. And if you're local, of course, in the Hartford area, we'll know where your store is or your club is. All right, so let's go back to the meal. Meal replacement, it's not that you're fasting or missing a meal, you're replacing a meal.
Gotcha.
And it has all the nutrients.
Yes.
Now, in regards to, so bacon, eggs, toast, fill you up pretty much.
Yeah.
Would you say the same for this meal replacement?
Yes, actually, the meal replacement shake, especially the one that I have, it's actually formulated so that it actually targets your cells. Our bodies are made of trillions and trillions of cells, right? So it's cellular nutrition that you're actually taking in through your body, which is at the core base of where we're at as humans, right? And you want to replenish those cells and give those cells the ideal, optimal nutrition that you can actually ever give it. And for me, it would be the meal replacement shake, the platform or the nutrition company that I actually represent.
Okay. I'm sure I could look it up and find out, but I don't know. I don't know if you know. But let's say a McDonald's breakfast meal. What do you think? Maybe 5, 6, 7, 800 calories?
A McDonald's, well, those companies, I would say you're even looking at a lot more.
Maybe a
Because if you
thousand?
think about, yeah, if you think about the soda that you're having with it, you're thinking about the grease that they cook it with. You're thinking about the sodium and all that stuff, right? You're looking at well over easily 700 to 800 calories over.
And average is what? 2,200 a day for a male?
For a male, you want to, so it depends on what your goals is, right? If you want to maintain your weight, you want to be at 2,000 calories. That's a healthy calorie intake, right? If you're trying to lose weight as a male, you would try to target your 15 to 1,600 calorie intake, right? You want to subtract 500 from it. And if you want to increase weight, you would add 500 calorie to your
So
to
if
your
you have
meals.
one McDonald breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably
You're
halfway there.
you're
And that's just breakfast.
yeah, definitely.
And
That's not
lunch
including.
and dinner and
Mhm.
snacks?
Yeah. So what I would recommend as far as a complete throughout my day is having 3 meals and 2 snacks.
Okay.
So if you're having an 800, 900 calorie breakfast, you're right. You don't have much room
Left.
for anything, and that's not including. Let's say if you're a regular Mo before me, before 5 years Manny ago,
Right.
he would have a 2 liter soda, you know, and then I'm drinking the Gatorade that I think it was what's meant for me, you know,
What's wrong with Gatorade?
the amount of sugar that's in it.
Oh,
And Gatorade
it
is
gives you energy,
formulated.
though.
Yes, it does. But it's formulated to actually work out. So if you're not actually working out, you're actually taking all that sugar and it's actually increasing your body levels. And it's giving you more energy than what you actually need. Because if you're actually going to work out and you're drinking Gatorade, that's going to be fine because you're going to burn out those calories and you're going to
Right.
burn out the sugar, right? Because normally what athletes do, they represent Gatorade very well.
Absolutely.
But how long do you think they're working out? Or how
Right.
long do you think, like an NBA player, they're drinking Gatorade
Gotcha.
throughout the game, right?
Got you.
But they're burning it on the court.
Mm.
We're regular people. We're not going to be burning and exercising that heavy throughout the day.
True.
These athletes get paid to represent these big companies,
Makes sense.
but they're working out 24/7.
Got you.
We're not
Okay.
like that.
So your meal replacement,
Mm-hmm.
protein shake, whatever it is, how many calories? And again, that will fill me up. That's if I
Yes.
have that at 8, 9 in the morning, that can hold me until what time?
Definitely. It's under 200 calories.
Okay.
It's about 10 grams of sugar and 18 to 20 grams of protein, which is perfect, right? One of the things that keep us full, right? We think of pancakes, we think of all this other stuff early in the morning for breakfast. Like,
It'll
well,
fill you
I want to
up.
revert, right? But in reality, that's just empty carbs.
Mm.
What you want to look for in a breakfast is something that's going to be packed full of protein, low in carbs, low in fats. And then that protein, those 18 to 20 grams of protein, will hold you off every 2 to 3 hours. So your snack should be a protein-based snack. Even your lunch should be packed full of protein. Again, another 24 grams, maybe 30 grams, push it a little. And then another snack, which is another 12 to 13 grams of protein. And then simplify it by having a nice, healthy dinner or another meal replacement shake if you want.
I was told or under the impression that protein or protein meals or heavy protein was basically for people who work out or lifting weight, they're building muscle. Is that correct or no?
Protein does help with building muscle, yes. But if you're not working out, protein, what the job of protein is to break down your body or into your muscles so that it keeps you full long enough to your next meal, right? If people think about having a snack, right, they're normally thinking of a fruit. But then they're in 20, 30 minutes, they're hungry again.
Right.
And then we reach for the empty bag of chips. And the chips, what they normally do is give you a sugar and give you a false sense of fullness, when in reality you should be having protein-based snacks where if you do, yes, if you're going to be working out like a heavy-duty guy and someone that's going to be at the gym, big buff guy, yeah, you're going to be building muscle. But if you're not working that heavy, you have nothing to worry about having more protein than anything else.
Okay. So I know we don't have much time left for this segment, but let me ask you again. In regards to where we are in this pandemic now, going back to the boosting of the immune system, we mentioned vitamins, vitamin C, of course, your orange juices. Is there anything else that you'd recommend And number one. And number two, I'm not sure if you're into this, but we have, especially Caribbean people, we have a lot of home remedies. Are you for those or against those? And again, back to boosting your immune system, because I think my understanding that's key.
Yes.
It's not the only. It's washing your hands and taking the necessary precautions, but that immune system, because if it's at its highest, you have a better chance of not
fighting
catch
it.
of
Yes.
fighting.
Yes.
Even if you do catch it, you have fighting this virus. Correct.
Definitely.
So, what else do you recommend?
I recommend, like, the most important things are it's and I'm no expert. I'm just
A wellness coach.
I'm a wellness coach, and it's what I've actually studied for the last couple of years. But it definitely is to boost your immune system. You're going to need to stay hydrated. That's number one. Like, our bodies need to stay hydrated. Our digestive system still needs to keep moving, right? And getting plenty of rest, about 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, it's definitely one of those key factors, right? And then again, just re-edifying what we said earlier, making sure you're taking your vitamin C, your supplements, making sure you're taking your immune boosters, and I would say just drink plenty of orange juice, and definitely stay hydrated.
You just mentioned immune booster? Is that different from the vitamin C?
So there's Epicor in our Immune Essentials through the nutrition company that I represent.
Okay.
Epicor is actually formulated so that it's like a vitamin for your immune system. It's formulated to actually go straight to your immune system and actually strengthen it.
More than vitamin C.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the home remedies, especially Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it because ginger it's a lot of natural, healthy stuff, and I'm only pointing out ginger because of the clientele that I associate with myself from the Caribbean. They take on a lot of ginger, turmeric. They take on all those amazing spices that are natural for you, and they're very great at anti-inflammatories, which is also great for your body to fight out viruses and diseases, right? And basically all those natural spices and all that also are great antioxidants for your body as well.
Okay, great. I'm Bishop Neville G. Wolliston with wellness coach Manny Morales, and we're going to get his information on the screen hopefully before he leaves. You can contact him. He's local in the Hartford area, and if you need a wellness coach, again, not only for boosting your immune system and making sure you have proper diet, but if you're struggling with weight loss, not saying that you are, but if you're struggling with weight loss
or regular energy, and sorry, I don't mean to butt in,
right,
Pastor,
go ahead.
Or regular energy, or maintaining your weight or gaining weight. There's two shops in Hartford. There is one on Park Street and one on New Britain Avenue, and more coming soon from our organization, and definitely you'll be a part of it.
Excellent, great. I know you have to go, or we have to let you go because we have the second part coming. But there's a question that came in. Let me throw it at you. Can too much protein cause constipation?
Definitely, a lot of protein. If your body isn't used to it.
How much is too much? Now, when can you tell how much is?
So technically what you want to do is take in enough protein according to your muscle inside your body. Because and here it comes into, if you come visit me at one of my wellness centers.
Right. So here's the thing that I'm thinking now. I shouldn't just walk into a vitamin store or shop and say, hey, I need protein.
Gotcha.
Because they're going to sell it to me, of course.
Definitely.
But I don't know how to. Okay, so that's where you come.
So understanding how much protein your body actually needs, right? For a male, you're looking at about 100 to 115 grams of protein. For a female, and this is on average, I'm just saying average numbers here, you're looking at about 80 to 90 grams of protein. That's how much you should be getting a day, depending on your weight, height, and size. That's on average, right? But I can give you a more precise number if you was to show me where your body fat and your BMI is at, and then we can work with those numbers and see how much protein you should be having.
Okay, you just mentioned.
But there's no way. I would say if you. So for me, I always, if I'm doing my method, right, as far as my meals go, I always use my palm of my hand when it comes to my protein, right?
Okay.
As far as the meat goes. If I'm having like a chicken breast, I'm always using my palm of my hand to measure it out, and you're never going to over protein yourself, right? Or should I say, get to the point of constipation? But it's just constipation would come in when you're not hydrated and you're not drinking enough water throughout the day.
Got you. Got you. You just mentioned where your business. We're going to get it on the screen, but you mentioned Breakthrough.
Yep, there's
And how
Breakthrough.
do we contact you?
There's you can either call, or you can message me on Facebook. We have a page called Breakthrough Nutrition.
Breakthrough Nutrition. And what's the other one?
And the other one is called 80/20 Fit on Park Street.
80/20 Fit.
Yes, and the name is specifically.
Can we find you by Google?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We're both on Google.
Okay.
And it's specific. And I love 80/20 Fit because it signifies what you need on a healthy, balanced meal, right?
Explain it to me.
80% nutrition and 20% fitness to stay healthy, to stay active.
80% nutrition
and 20% fitness.
That's
so
the
if you
breakdown.
think about it, right before this pandemic hit, how long did you actually spend at the gym?
At least an hour and a half every day.
Right. And how long do you actually spend around food?
Much more than that.
So it's important that you keep your nutrition on point and work out.
So it's a combination of both.
20%, yes.
Excellent. All right. So we can find you on Google, and we'll definitely get you on the screen before we leave tonight. Breakthrough Nutrition.
Yes.
And 80/20 Fit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you're local in the Hartford area and you want to get in touch with Manny Morales, Google Breakthrough Nutrition or 80/20 Fit. We'll have his information on the screen, numbers, and the whole nine in just a moment. And yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. I wish I could keep you for the whole hour.
Thank you so much.
But,
This was a delight. This was amazing, and thank you so much. I hope they've gotten something out of value out of this. Definitely.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Again, appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And this is going to be coming in just a moment. But before she comes, again, remember, call a neighbor, call a friend, let them know that Bishop's on the air. And the information for Mr. Morales is going to be coming up on your screen in just a moment. Breakthrough Nutrition in 80/20. Breakthrough Nutrition 80/20. If you're in the Hartford area, go check them out, check them out, check them out, check them out. And yeah, everybody needs a coach, including a wellness coach. All right. Thank you so very much. I'll be back in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. It's time for you to speak what you want to see. And if you with it, then repeat after me. Come on. Every time I turn around, blessings, blessings. Every time I turn around, blessings on blessings. Every time I turn around, blessings, blessings. Yeah, every time I turn around, blessings on blessings. Hey, yes sir, I see blessings, blessings. There will be blessings on blessings. Oh, yeah, I see blessings, blessings. Yeah, there will be blessings on blessings. The favor of the Lord rests upon me. In my hands, I have more than enough. Surely goodness and mercy.
All right. I'm back, and this is not what you think. I will not be doing any exercises or working out. I'm just introducing the boss, the coach, the expert. All right. This is Melissa Wolliston. Thank you again for joining in. I'm Bishop Neville G. Wolliston on the live health wellness. We just had a coach, wellness coach. Now we have exercise, and she's going to take it from there. Now, I think what she's going to do, just give us some tips how we can do certain exercise at home. Again, the gym is down and out, and it's very stressful on me, but I think I'll get over it. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to the expert and do what you do best. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I'm just going to give you guys some, tips and information on how to stay healthy during this lockdown. The most important thing that you guys want to keep in mind is your health is your greatest investment. We only get one body, so what you do with it is very beneficial. So when you are looking to get started into a fitness program or any type of training regimen, you want to consult your doctor first. That is the most important thing, to consult your physician, consult your doctor. Especially if you're taking medications, especially if you have any complications with your health. You want to make sure that you're cleared for exercise before you start a fitness program. Don't just, Google a workout or YouTube a workout and not understand, harmful effects that it can do to your body, but also just make sure you consult your physician first thing first. So some of the benefits of exercise, I know some of you guys are very, saddened down that gyms are closed and, they're restricting movements to parks. And, if you don't live in an area where you have a track or a trail, it makes it hard for exercise, for you to engage in exercise. So there are some things that you can do at home, around your block, down the street, that you can, still promote a healthy lifestyle while being in this lockdown quarantine until, things kind of normalize a little bit. So the first thing that I would suggest is move your body. The worst thing you can do is stay sedentary, stay home, and just sit on the couch, eat, gain weight, and then, by the time lockdown's over, you guys are wondering, where did all this weight come from? If you don't move it, you lose it. And that's a big thing where you have to engage in physical activity. So you don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the tip-top shape. You don't have to be a super athlete. You can start where you are. There's many different things that you can do for all levels, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an intermediate, or you're an advanced individual. Exercise is very beneficial for you. It promotes high quality of life. It boosts your mood. It prevents and helps normalize some of these cardiovascular diseases, prevents and helps regulate type 2 diabetes, some cancers, high blood pressure. There's a lot of proven benefits that exercise can play a part in your life once you get the better understanding of how to do it and frequency and all of that, which I'll get into a little bit later. So before you start an exercise program, you always want to warm up the body first. Never exercise on a cold body, cold muscles. There's many times I go to the gym, I see people just walk in the gym and just go straight to the bench press or do some squats without without exercising or warming up the body first. So a warm up is very beneficial because it brings the blood to circulate throughout the body as well as oxygen. It prepares your body for the work that you're going to do. So think about a car in the wintertime. Okay, so you can't just start your car in the winter and drive without, you're putting your car at risk for more damages in the future, versus if you start your car first, let it warm up a little bit, it prepares the car for the mileage that you're going to do. The same way with our bodies. We have to prepare our bodies before a workout. So some of the baselines for workouts for warm-up would be 5 to 10 minutes of your time. It doesn't have to be anything too extreme. So for your warm-up, you can do some type of cardio. Whether you have a jump rope, you can do jump rope. If you have a treadmill at your home, you can run on the treadmill, walk on the treadmill, ride a bike, jog. And if you don't have any of those things, you can always walk up and down your stairs, safely, of course. Or you can do marching in place for a couple of minutes at a time, or jumping jacks. These are things that boost the heart rate, get your cardio going, and enables you to prepare your body for the workout. So that's first. You always want to start with some type of cardio, some type of movement to get the blood flowing and circulating. Now, when you're thinking about stretches and things to do to loosen up your muscles, you never want to do static stretching. And this is an example of static stretching. Say I'm just going to bend down, touch my toes, hold for a couple of seconds. That's static stretching. You never want to do that first before a warm-up. You always want to make it dynamic. You want to have motion to what you're doing, because static stretching on a cold muscle can give you injuries. You're more susceptible to performing injuries. So I'm going to take you through a quick little warm-up. Bear with me. So if you're at home, clear some space. I won't be too extreme. I know some people are like, well, she's going to kill us on tonight's live. No, we're going to take it easy. We're going to take it slow, and we're going to just go through a little bit warm. So stay tuned. They're going to put on some music for us, and we're going to just go through a little quick warm-up. So we'll start first with jumping jacks. Start with 5 to 10 jumping jacks. Ease your way into it. You can do jumping jacks for reps of 15 to 25 just to get your body going. And if you can't do jumping jacks, you can just march in place. March in place for about 2 minutes. So starting with jumping jacks, we'll do 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. I know some of y'all have not worked out in a couple of weeks, so this is your exercise for today. All right, so jumping jacks, we got that out the way. Now, I like to start with rotations. Rotations to help loosen up the joints. You know, we're sitting all day, whether we're working from home, we're on the computers, we're hunched over our cell phones. We can do some rotations to help loosen the body, loosen the joints, to promote good circulation and blood flow, as well as loosen everything up for the workout that we're going to do. So I like to start with rotating the wrist, 10 circles forward. You can count in your head. For time's sake, we're just going to smoothly go through it. And 10 circles backwards. Many people don't realize you do use all your joints when you're working out, so you can't just stretch your legs and your arms and expect it to work. You use all parts of your body. Next, the hips. I like to do this thing called bring it around town. You know, pushing the hips forward. You might look really awkward doing it, but it's okay. It's for your benefit. It's not about how you look, it's how you feel. And I feel great. All right. Then bring it back the other way. All right, so after hips, knees. Loosen up the knees. You might be going to the gym. People are looking at you like, what are you doing? But it's okay because you're staying healthy and you're staying safe. Both ways. If you feel some cracks, you hear some cracks, that's all right. You're not getting old. You're very young. Next. Loosen up the tight neck, whether you're driving or hunched over your phone. Great to get that mobility in your neck. Forward and backwards. All right, and we got to the rotations. And if you're feeling about it, you can also do your ankles. Just for time's sake, we'll move on. All right, from there, you want to make sure you are dynamically warming up all parts of your body. So whether you do your arms, if you have a heavy upper body day, you want to make sure that your shoulders are nice and loose. Forward, backwards. And then from there, start off with some squats. I like to say basic 10 squats. Proper form for a squat, you want to make sure you are pushing back with the hips. You don't want to be all bent forward. That puts a lot of pressure on your knees. Making sure that you're sitting the butt back, heels planted on the floor, push through the legs and back up. There's some who can go really low. If you can't go this low, it's okay to just go here. If you need a base of support, you can stretch your hands out to give you that type of balance. If not, having them up forward is okay. So those are squats. Now, to dynamically stretch your hamstrings, there's a thing that I like to call leg kicks. This is where you lie on the floor, bend one knee, and have one knee out in front of you. From there, you can do 10 kicks on each side. We'll do 5 for today. And 5 on the other side. With staying on the floor, glute activation through hip bridges. A lot of people may neglect warming up the glutes while it is a stabilizer muscle, so it's good to get these activated to prepare you for the exercise that you're going to do. So from here, you want to push through your heels, push the butt up off the floor, squeeze on the top, and back down. Push through, squeeze at the top, and back down. These are great activating drills that you can use to help strengthen and activate the glutes to better prepare you for a lower body workout. Now from there, you can also do calf raises. Many people neglect the calves when they are working out, but calf raises also help prepare you for a lower body workout as well. If you have a wall, if you have a stairwell railing next to you, can do these things called leg swings, where you swing your leg up and down. You might feel a tight stretch in the back of the leg. That's okay. You want to go to where you can tolerate. Not too aggressively, but just to where you can tolerate, to where you feel a good stretch. And you can do the same thing on the other side. These are examples of dynamic warm-ups that you can do before your workout. Don't got to get too complicated with it. Keep it simple. And if you're feeling it also, gate swings, strengthen and loosen up the hips. If you're unable to balance, you can also hold onto a surface or a wall, going forward and backward. So these are some type of dynamic warm-up exercise that you can do before your workout instead of just going straight into the workout. So now, for the workout. All right, if you don't have a gym, you can find things around your house. I've used gallon water bottles, dumbbells, resistance bands, suitcases. Get creative, whatever you can find, chairs. So here's a sample chair workout that you can do at home, on your couch, on a stool, on your stairs, wherever you have a chair. Make use of it, and let's get into the workout. So for workouts, if you don't have an idea of how to formulate your workouts, I like to just pick, if I'm doing a circuit, 5 to 6 exercises, and I like to do them HIIT style. So for those of you who are looking to lose weight, high intensity interval training is proven to lose weight faster than 30 minutes on a treadmill. You know, it boosts, it tricks the metabolism into thinking that it's working at a faster rate than it is with actual 30 minutes on a treadmill. So you're actually sustaining muscle while burning fat. So it's a great exercise that you can do. But if you are new to high intensity interval training, I would suggest not doing your intervals too long, taking it slow. So you can do an interval of 20 seconds of work versus 40 seconds of rest. And if you're a little bit of an expert, you can work for 30 seconds and rest for 20 seconds. So what that looks like, let's say we're doing squats. So we're going to do squats for 20 seconds and rest for 40 seconds before moving on to the next exercise. And that rest is that interval of low intensity, which slows the body down, and then you'll pick back up the speed again, which helps burn fat at a faster rate than 30 minutes on a treadmill would do. So let's do squats for 20 seconds. Ready? Go. Up and down. Make sure you're sitting the butt back into the chair. You have 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. All right. If you're feeling these tightness in your butt, that's okay. It means you're working. Don't shy away from that. So we are resting for 40 seconds. When 40 seconds is over, we'll move on to the next exercise. Doing HIIT exercises also helps make exercising fun. If you're having trouble being creative, you know, HIIT style is a great way to make exercising fun while still reaching your goals. So I would recommend that, but also first just consult your doctor to make sure that these are the exercises that are good for you. So 5 minutes to the next exercise, which will be step ups. Step up on the chair and back down. If you don't have a chair, you can also use stairs. All right, step ups, here we go. You can do single leg, driving the knee straight up, or you can alternate. Alternating legs, high knee drive, if you want a really intense lower body day. All right, 40 seconds of rest with that. Then we'll move on to the next exercise, which will be dips. Now dips, work the back of the arms right here. Getting into the chair. Slightly space your distance from the chair to where your feet are. You don't want to be too close. It will be very much more difficult. You want to have a sufficient enough space between you and the chair. And when 20 seconds is over, we will start. A couple more seconds left. If you're feeling out of breath, that's okay. You're working. All right, dips, here we go. Pushing through. All the motion should be coming from your triceps. Triceps are the back of the arms. If you can only tolerate so much, go to what's needed. You don't have to go to the full 20 seconds. if you cannot complete the movement. So those are an example of a tricep dips that you can do for an upper body workout day. Now, I like to target all three parts of the body: upper body, lower body, and the core. So for those of you looking to tone the midsection, here are some safe exercises that you can do for all levels: beginners, intermediate, expert, whoever you are. These are exercises that will help strengthen the core without compromising the spine. I know a lot of people say crunches and twisting and all that stuff. Those things are great, but it puts a lot of stress on the spine. So good exercise that you can do that are easy and pretty fun to do, for me at least, because you get to lay on the floor. Who doesn't love that? So these I like to call heel taps. With your knees in 90-degree position, you want to tap down one foot and tap down with the other. Now, if you are arching your back, you're doing it wrong. You want to make sure you flatten your stomach. So to do that, you can feel with your hands to make sure your stomach is flattened into the ground, and then lower your foot slowly. If you are having an arch, you are doing it wrong. Tuck the tummy in as you tap down. So you should feel it in the midsection. And once you get better at doing it, you don't have to use your hands. You can just freely do it, but making sure you're keeping that core engaged. That's one of the core exercises that you can do that will help strengthen and tone the core. Another one is planks. Planks, there are many different types of planks that you can do. There are straight arm planks and there are forearm planks. Straight arm planks, for those who cannot do the forearm planks, straight arm planks are, you want to have your hand, your shoulder directly underneath, and you don't want to be too far up. You want to make sure you have a nice angle, and then you hold here with your head neutral. You don't want to bend your head down, compromising the spine. Keep the head neutral and hold for about 30 seconds. Now, if you cannot do 30 seconds, that's okay. Just do as much as can tolerate. Now, if this is too easy or too difficult, you can also switch it up and change it to forearm plank, which is on your forearms, down. Now, a lot of people tend to sag the hips or even raise the butt too far up, but you want to make sure you keep a neutral spine while completing the exercise. Now, if you're really feeling creative, and if you want to mix planks and core together, you can do plank shoulder taps. For those who want to be more advanced, you don't want to have too much twisting motion at the hip. Stabilize your core and tap slowly. Now, if this is too easy for you, you can also do up-down planks, which are a little bit more challenging, but they still get the job done. So these are a few exercises that you guys can do to help engage yourself during this lockdown, this quarantine. Now, if you're looking at these exercises and saying, I cannot do this, you have just totally killed it out the park. Don't worry. We all have started somewhere. Thank you. Water is essential. Stay hydrated. As you can see, I'm working up a sweat over here, guys. But that's okay. So for anyone who is interested in learning or more about the human body, how it works, or the best workout for your body type, my details should be down below, or you can head over to www.hopefitness.online. From there, there's a section where you can talk a little bit about yourself, what fitness goals you're looking for, and I'll be sure and helpful to navigate you in the best direction possible, because not every exercise works for everybody. You guys, you don't want to look at someone else's fitness goals and then strive to be like them, and then when it doesn't work, you get discouraged. So there are specific exercises that work for different body types. So just understanding what body type you are, understanding what exercises work and what don't work for you are things that I can help you with. So head on to the website or my Instagram, or even email me at info@hopefitness.online, and I'll be sure to navigate you and help you through the process. So the worst thing you can do during this lockdown is sit still and don't do nothing at all. Now, after you have worked up yourself, have completed your exercise, you want to go through a cool down, and you can start with a few breathing exercises. Now, especially knowing the nature of this COVID-19, we know that it affects the respiratory system. So don't wait till you get sick to start working on breathing exercises or how to breathe properly. You want to breathe from your diaphragm. And to do that, you want to place your hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. So if you're breathing and you feel a lot of movement coming from up here, you know that you're doing it wrong. You want to have most of your movement coming from your lower abdomen, your diaphragm. So you breathe in, you should feel an expansion in your lower abdomen, minimizing movement up here. And then when you breathe out, you want to tuck your tummy in, activate your core as you breathe out. Another way you can practice diaphragmatic breathing, having your hands up, deep breath, hold for a couple seconds, exhale slowly, and back out. Breathing exercises can help strengthen the lungs and help it work more efficiently to deliver oxygen to your body. Now, if you are positive with COVID-19 or experiencing any symptoms of respiratory issues, do not sit, do not lay down. Your body might want to just stay in bed, but you have to move, you have to exercise. Go for a walk, deep breathing in the morning, deep breathing in the afternoon. Practice using and exercising your lungs. Exercise is beneficial for you. It will help with sort of symptoms that you may be feeling from your COVID-19, or if anyone who just wants to practice diaphragmatic breathing in general, it will help improve your lung function and quality. As we know, we need our oxygen to supply circulation to our muscles, our working muscles, so we can do more activity and perform more work. Now, if our lungs are not working efficiently, it compromises other systems within our body. So practice breathing, deep breathing, calm, in through your nose, small, out through your mouth. Just a few seconds, hold for 5 seconds, couple times a day to help improve your lung function. Outside of all the breathing, static stretching after, I know I said in the beginning it's not good, but it's beneficial for after. So whether that's holding for 15 to 20 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds, as much you can tolerate, get the nice deep stretch in your legs, all muscle groups, whether it's your quads, stretching the quads, stretching the arms, behind, or even lunging of the legs. So these are a few things that you guys can do at home. And if you are confused or need more information, my details are below, and I'll be sure and more than happy to guide you through the process. Thank you.
You couldn't hear me. You couldn't hear me. Yeah, I made it. I'm back. Thank you so very much. Yeah, do my little exercise. Okay, so listen. This is it for this week on the live with Melissa Wolliston and also Manny Morales, wellness coach and exercise. It's important that we don't just stay put and sit down as we're going through this pandemic. All right, their information's on the screen. If you want to get in touch with them, please do so. Information, tips, or whatever you need to ask them, I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. Thank you so very much again. We're wrapping it up. See you on Sunday, this coming Sunday. We're going to be back on the air 11 o'clock for worship. Of course, on Tuesday, we'll be back with DJ Colin on the live. And remember, Tuesday request hour, all yours. Request, whatever your request will be, we will try to do it for you. All right, so be blessed. Be blessed. Thank you so very much. I'll see you again. God bless you. Have a great night.